not the best batsman in the world, not Mr. 360 that is known to the world, but it was India's very own Mr. 360 that emerged as hero as Mumbai Indians beat Royal Challengers Bangalore in match 48 of the Indian Premier League. Let's talk about hits and misses.
Even though I would have liked to have gone with Bumrah, but then like he's always like doing something similar to what he has done today. But my pick will have to be Kieron Pollard. Yeah, even though he just scored a boundary and bowled 1 over, but then 1 over which he bowled proved to be a game changer, which he himself like admitted in the post-match interview that the wicket of AB de Villiers which he took proved to be the game changer for them. So until then, the 2 overs before that, Mumbai had conceded 29 runs, and then he came on and then he bowled of the very second ball, a full toss that too. He claimed the wicket of de Villiers, and I think I'm pretty sure like he wouldn't have believed himself how he got that. And in the post-match interview, he said that he's a big fan of matchups when it comes to cricket. Like he watches a lot of cricket and like he analyzes things, and it's a punt which he came off today, and that proved to be a big game changer for Mumbai, because otherwise with de Villiers around, he could have easily taken them to another 30 plus score. So yeah, what about you, Amol?
Yeah, Pollard was a dare actually to AB de Villiers, which worked for them. My pick is India's AB de Villiers, right? Suryakumar Yadav has been the talk of the town for the last 2 days. Okay. And to have come over or overcome the disappointment of not featuring in India's T20 squad yet again, and to ensure that he helps Mumbai Indians cross the line was a big deal. Okay. We all know, as in those of us who follow domestic cricket especially so closely, we all know what Surya Yadav is made up of. Okay. For the last 2 years, he has been desperate. Okay, he doesn't come across that way, but he is really desperate for that India cap. Okay, at times he has admitted it as well. But just imagine the kind of attack he was up against. All 5 were international bowlers. Okay, and to literally toy with them was a big deal. That inside out he hit of Yuzvendra Chahal, something that was not in his armory pre-lockdown. Okay, just shows that how sincere he has been even during the lockdown.
He mentioned that in the post-match interview as well, that that's something.
Exactly. He told some of us during an interaction that Mumbai Indians had organized for Select Media that he has worked really hard on his offside game, and it is showing, right? And I'll just add one more thing. Okay, we all know this desperation bit and all. So he has gone into this mindset. Okay, he is no longer a young kid. He is no longer someone who has been performing for 2-3 years and is desperate for that call up. Okay, he celebrated his 30th birthday just before the IPL started. A friend of Surya, I was talking to him. So he just told me that he sent Surya a message after the India squad announcement saying, "Apna time aayega bhai, don't worry." Okay, so he just responded with "Aana hi hai." That just shows the kind of frame of mind he is in, and the celebrations towards the end. I know I'm dragging it too long. It's not the Bombay bias. The kind of muted celebrations he had and the confident "Main hoon na" would have not just done Mumbai Indians camp proud, but even Surya's previous IPL team owners, Shah Rukh Khan, would have also been proud with that "Main hoon na" gesture. Right? That's incredible today.
Amol, if I may also add, through this innings, like Virat Kohli was constantly like needling him, like he was at his face, like trying to like get under his skin, like, and you can clearly see that like he seems like unfazed by such verbal interactions. So again,
for the last couple of years, Surya keeps on saying that he has started meditating. He uses an app for meditation, and it has worked wonders for him for the last couple of years. And it just shows that this guy has reached in a different zone. It's difficult to maintain or for that matter to manage all these emotions that he would have been going through and focus on the job at hand, as every professional sports person says. But to actually do it is damn difficult, and he just showed that he is right up there. Okay, whether he's selected or not, it doesn't really matter to him. Maybe some people in the Indian cricket setup would be possibly feeling a little bit guilty or sorry for Surya with the lack of choices that they have or lack of slots available in India's lineup right now. But I think Surya has done much more than what even Mumbai Indians would have asked of him today.
So moving on, I think I'll go with the miss of the day. I will have to go with Dale Steyn, and I think in a sad way, which I have to like pick him because clearly like it's not his season at all. 3 games, he's conceded over 113 runs. He's averaging, his average is 113, and his economy is like well over 11 runs per over. And it's just like he wants to go with like at a full tilt, and he's just like playing into the batsman's hand, like he in these pitches, like for him at least, I feel like it's not working, and he doesn't seem like he's this Dale Steyn of old. Like there's no that zip which he comes with, like hitting the hard length. It's not there anymore. Like if he tries to pitch it in, like batsman can like easily get under it and like smash him around. And like all these matches he has played this season, like he has proved to be a weak link in the sense that like he concedes runs so easily for them, like not holding up an end, which has been a problem for RCB, and it's one of the reasons why he got dropped after the first 2 games. And today again they went with pace because one Saini was missing, and like when I saw his name on the team sheet, like I did wonder like whether he could still like do it, but again it clearly showed that like it's not possible for him. Yeah. So he is my miss of the day. What about yours, Amol?
My miss is the other South African in the RCB lineup, not Chris Morris, but AB de Villiers. Okay, yes, we all know that it was one of those rare instances that AB de Villiers could not really finish the innings on a high. But consider the stage of the tournament they're in. Even with just 8 matches remaining, no team, despite the result, has qualified, or even RCB wouldn't have qualified. But knowing RCC's NRR is slightly tricky, they need to win ideally both the remaining matches now on, or at least one of them. So considering all that, the stage was set. Okay, Devdutt Padikkal had done more than what was expected of him. Virat Kohli could not really work. Okay, but ABD, it was tailor-made situation for him to finish the innings on a high. He had started off with it. Kieron Pollard, you mentioned about the matchups and all. Kieron Pollard had got him thrice earlier. Okay, so Kieron Pollard just threw a dare at him, and AB succumbed to them. Okay, it's not that I am being too harsh on him, but the fact of the matter is, when you know that you are the man who needs to finish it on a high, especially considering the fact that Jasprit Bumrah has 2 more overs to bowl in the last 4 overs, and you kind of falter. One of those rare instances this season, but this could be one of the dearest misses for RCB in this season, right? So my miss is going to be AB de Villiers.
Okay. And moving on to the next game, it's a dead rubber for CSK, but then KKR has a lot riding on it. Both teams are going to still, like regardless, going to give it everything to get the 2 points. Amol, what is your battle within battle from this game?
Yeah, I would be really keen to see how Ruturaj Gaikwad comes up against one of the most challenging bowling lineups in IPL. Okay, Ruturaj Gaikwad finally came good. We all know that he has immense potential and promise. He finally delivered in CSK's last game, and with the fact that it's as good as a dead rubber for CSK, they would be hoping that Ruturaj Gaikwad stakes a claim to be a permanent fixture for the IPL 2021. For that, Ruturaj Gaikwad first has to see off Pat Cummins early on in the power play. Okay, if he survives, he has Lockie Ferguson, Sunil Narine and Varun Chakravarti waiting to pounce on him. So if he can survive this challenge, it will do a world of good, not just for Ruturaj Gaikwad's confidence, but will at least give Chennai Super Kings a ray of hope ahead of IPL 2021.
Yeah.
How about you, Ashin?
I'll have to go with Sunil Narine versus MS Dhoni. We all know that like the stat which has been like we talked about where Dhoni still hasn't hit a single boundary of Narine in the IPL, which is still like a staggering stat. And since there's nothing much like riding for them in this game, I just want to see Dhoni of the old, where like instead of where he comes in and like starts like plonking every ball, the spinners where like he struggles to like rotate the strike or like just keeps defending. Instead of just like go, if he does get to bat, like I would like to see whether he can take Narine on, because Narine also like you can see that like he has kind of like changed his action after he came back from the after the 3-game absence. There is something slightly moderation which he's made with this bowling action, and the last 2 games also in terms of the bowling figures, it's not his usual best. So I'm just like hoping to see if Dhoni can take him on, and let's see if he can also like succeed at it. Yeah, that would be my battle within the battle.